In today's video, I will be talking about whether or not Canada's Wonderland will be getting an RMC for their 2021 season. And the reason why I think that they will be getting an RMC for their 2021 season is because this is going to be Canada's Wonderland's 40th year anniversary, and this is going to be a major milestone for them. And also, if we look at their track record from before, we can see that in 2008, they first installed Behemoth, a B&M hypercoaster. Then 4 years later, in 2012, they installed Leviathan, the first B&M gigacoaster and the first gigacoaster in Canada. And now for next year, they're installing the very first B&M dive coaster in all of Canada. So they have been adding a lot of B&Ms lately, but I feel like for their 40th anniversary, Canada's Wonderland will probably want to add something better than just a B&M coaster. And the reason why I think it will be an RMC is because there are 3 different wooden roller coasters at Canada's Wonderland, one of them being a family coaster. And obviously they won't be taking down the family coaster, but the 2 other options are RMC Mindbuster or RMC Wild Beast. And I think that it'd be better if they did RMC Wild Beast because it would be much easier to work with, since Wild Beast sits on a very small plot of land, and it's also a very compact ride, rather than Mindbuster is a very long and stretched out ride. So if they were to RMC Wild Beast, then it would be a more compact and intense ride. And I also think that Canada's Wonderland is really lacking an intense ride. I mean, you've got Leviathan and Behemoth, but those aren't too intense since the elements are really stretched out on those rides. So yeah, that's also another reason why I think Canada's Wonderland should be getting an RMC, is so that they can have an intense ride for their roller coaster lineup, which in my opinion, their roller coaster lineup isn't that good either. So that gives them another really good reason to add an RMC. And if they were to add this RMC, it would make their roller coaster lineup a lot better than it is right now. So I've talked about whether or not I think Canada's Wonderland will be getting an RMC for their 2021 season. And I've also talked about how this would affect their roller coaster lineup. And now what I want to talk about is, what would the ride be like? And I'm pretty sure that if it were to be RMC Wild Beast, it would be more of a compact and intense layout, like Maverick or Twisted Cyclone, for example. And it wouldn't be too long, it wouldn't be too tall, and it wouldn't be too fast. And it would probably have some good 0G rolls and maybe even a stall, along with some great ejector airtime hills. But if we're to be RMC Mindbuster, I think it'd be more focused on ejector airtime hills rather than inversions and a compact layout, because there isn't much room for having a compact coaster, because like I said earlier, the water park is there, there's a bunch of water slides there, and it would just make it a lot harder to have a more compact layout. But it would definitely be a longer roller coaster than RMC Wild Beast in my opinion. But those are just my thoughts on what the ride would be like. Another reason why this coaster would be very beneficial for Canada's Wonderland is because they have absolutely insane lines on almost any given day. And since Yukon Striker is coming out next year, that's definitely going to help quite a bit with the lines, because everybody's going to want to go there. And since Valraven at Cedar Point usually had 2.5-hour lines when it came out in 2016, imagine what Yukon Striker's lines will be like when it opens for the 2019 season, from a park that gets about 200,000 more visitors than Cedar Point does. And also, it'll balance out the lineups for all the other rides, because when I go to Canada's Wonderland, usually the lines are extremely long, and not just for Leviathan, Behemoth, and some of the other mediocre roller coasters, it's every single line. Every flat ride and every roller coaster has a really long line. So Yukon Striker will be able to balance that out, and if we were to get an RMC, then it will balance it out even more. It'd make the lines a lot shorter for all the other rides. And also, take into account that this is going to be on their 40th anniversary, so it's going to be ultra packed on that day. They're going to have a bunch of things for everybody to do, and if they do add RMC Wild Beast or RMC Mindbuster, It's going to help to steady the attendance there, to balance it out and make sure all the other rides aren't insanely packed. In conclusion, I think Canada's Wonderland will be getting an RMC for their 2021 season, and those are just my thoughts on this. I want you guys to go and comment down below telling me what are your thoughts on this. Will they get an RMC? Will they get a B&M again? Or will they get something else? So that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Please subscribe if you did enjoy, and I will catch you guys next time here at Coaster Nate.